where is your... What mic do you have?
It's an Editor's Key Studio SL150.
Where is it positioned?
Oh.
Or rather, is it the connected mic?
It's in front of my face, and the computer is quite a little bit of a distance away from it.
Well, you're catching an awful lot of feedback. Well,
check
just
on Skype which
noise.
mic is plugged in, because that doesn't sound right from what you said.
Let's have a look.
If you have like a laptop mic switched on, I will.
I know I do that all the time.
It says the microphone is Editor's Keys. Let's try this. Has that helped?
Oh.
That's so much better!
Beautiful.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, I had the wrong one on.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, you sound so much better.
Please never, ever do that to me again.
Look, what I consider it to be is a really useful way of pretending that I'm underneath an aircraft while I'm broadcasting. And I think you'll find that that is a perfectly reasonable noise for the situation.
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to Act 14 of the Sonic Show's Opinion Zone. I am Fued, and I'm here with two regulars. Do you want to go ahead and say hi?
Hi, we hate you, bye. Hi.
Hello! You can't get rid of me that easy.
You keep crying.
Alright. Well, anyway, we have two special guests today. Do you guys want to help me introduce them?
Yes, we have two wonderful people here. Unfortunately, Donnie, we don't know where Donnie is. He's a waste of oxygen, so don't worry about it. He is somewhere else. Let's move on. And Uncle Poxxy is away at a staff party getting absolutely wankered. He chose his friends over us, so fuck him. But we have two lovely people with us today. First of all, we have the wonderful and adorable and slightly hairy Sonic Yoda.
Less hairy now. Hello. I'm Sonic Yoda from SegaDriven.com, and I occasionally run that website and generally just pump out Let's Plays with my boy Titan's Creed.
And you have a Vine, the most epic Vine ever.
Which people keep telling me, and I'm not entirely sure if that's accurate or not, but
Yes.
there you go.
And we also have someone who lurks around the community in the dark corners, in the deep dark corners.
It's the best place to catch people.
Is Blast from the Past. It is the wonderful, talented novelist. Is that the correct word?
Yeah, author or novelist.
Yay,
fine.
I can do English, yay. And we have Roareye Black.
Yay!
How are you?
Hello. I shouldn't have cheered myself, should I? I'm so amazing.
Your ego's through the roof,
So
but that's
good.
fine. You're not the only one here.
Good. Well, I've got Jamie to compete with.
Yeah.
Exactly, I was going to say.
So the
What
five
about
of us...
me?
Shush, Tom. Oh, by the way...
I've stroked Jamie publicly, so...
And on camera.
That's why. That's why I mentioned Jamie more.
Technically, you've stroked me in public too.
I feel like Rory just strokes lots of people.
I feel left out, if anything.
If I had to remember everyone I stroked...
You get arrested. Right, so...
I feel left out. Rory, come to Canada.
Don't worry, right? He stroked me enough times. I'll say it. Send one to you.
That was the most disgusting thing you've ever said. Right.
Considering how we first met, Jay, that's a lot to go by.
Amazing. Right. We have a topic. Every week we have a topic. We discuss random things. We rarely discuss news because in this day and age there's not much to talk about in the Sonic the Hedgehog world because it's a dead franchise. Thumbs up. But...
Right to the point, as usual.
Sonic is great.
Keep the fandom alive, man. Keep it alive.
This is the thing. So I've been thinking about this for a while, and I think it's good that I have Sonic Yoda and Rory Black here to discuss this. Is how the community is changing and the chances of it continuing. Because when you think how the Sonic community was when we all started back in the day, you had all these fan sites, all this very close-knit community, all these people that it's the community, that generation community, that created things like Summer of Sonic and that sort of stuff, and then you had like the radio shows and all this sort of stuff. We're getting older now. I'm still beautifully young, of course, but the rest of us are getting quite old now, and I don't see enough of people taking over, in a sense. Not taking over, but like, I don't think if all of us who were there from the start suddenly said fuck Sonic, which I'm sure a lot of us do on a daily basis, but
Well, I technically did in 2008.
exactly, yes. So if we all just said, you know what, we're done, we need to get married and settle down and stuff, and we don't have time for blue hedgehogs and stuff, would there be anyone to carry it on? And even yes, no, but then it's more a case of is the community changing in a way that it doesn't need that sort of community anymore? Because the way I see the younger community now, it's all let's play videos, and that's awesome, but it's not, to me, it's not the same. I'm just curious. I'm worried there'll be a place where the community that we had will just sort of fizzle out when there aren't the people there to.
To be honest, I think there's multiple reasons as to why our generation is as it is, and why the newer generations of fans, if there is many, aren't as proactive as we were. I think it's a mixture of luck and times, and also the games of the franchise that we got. The people of our generation were lucky enough to be growing up with the Mega Drive games to either ignore or grab hold desperately for the few Saturn games there were, and then really enjoy Sega at their peak, or their amazing swan song of the Dreamcast, which was just like, full of the best games. Like, everyone in America generally tends to go with Nintendo ruled the roost for a lot of the time, apart from possibly with the Mega Drive, but the Dreamcast really was Sega smashing it every single time. And like within 2 years they'd come and gone, but they had as many good games, if not more, than most of the other consoles, which showed just the constant output they were doing. And they created some amazing franchises. Seaman, which I've just ordered, Shenmue, you've got Jet Set Radio, you've got Skies of Arcadia, loads and loads of amazing games that came out on that machine. So when we sort of came with the Sega franchise during its peaks and watched it basically sizzle out, but there was still a lot of hope when Sega first became a third-party manufacturer that the games would stay of a reasonably high quality. Whether or not you look back at it and go, Jesus, those games weren't that great. Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 at the time were considered by Dreamcast owners to be quite good games. The ports were generally quite well received, and Sonic Heroes was sort of a mid-blunder, but it was sort of like, next one will be better, and then it wasn't. And I think the difference is that when we reached our sort of maturity, Sonic had a good run, but Sega had an even better run in terms of the quality of their titles. Nowadays, kids coming into, growing up on video games even, but coming into, being 18, 17, 18, 19 now, their best, most recent memories of Sega, outside of maybe the couple of the sort of, hand-in-hand titles such as Alien Isolation, tend to be Sonic 06, Sonic Boom. There's not... Sega does make some good games still, but overall, they're not known for the high quality of gaming that they were once known for. And obviously, it's the high quality games that built our brand loyalty, so I think that's probably why, if there isn't going to be anyone who steps up and, goes, well, let's actually go out there and find people. That's probably why, because why would you find groups of... It'd be like trying to set up a Super Mario Brothers the movie meetup. You're going to get all of 3 people, and 2 of them will probably be there to take the piss.
But
I wondered how long it would take for you to bring up Super Mario Brothers.
Look, it's the best movie ever made. I got it on Blu-ray. I love it.
But...
Oh, cheers.
So you're sort of saying basically that obviously the community and its future lies in the strength of obviously the franchise that and its current status. But wouldn't there be people in the community now who are young who may have liked Generations or Unleashed or Colors or something, And
Colours and Generations were quite good games, but they were sort of a rarity popping up amidst
I guess,
Sonic
but
06 and Sonic Boom.
let's say they really like those games for a reason, and they went onto the internet, which is very easy to do these days, and then went to the Sonic stadiums and the other things and all this sort of stuff. And surely because with us, we would then introduce them to the games that we loved, which would then get them involved in it and then carry on that.
It depends entirely on... Well, I would say it depends entirely on whether or not they have access to those games.
Now, I'm going to interject here for a moment. As probably the youngest one here, which is really weird, I have a weird history with Sonic. I'm only 19. I was born in 95, but growing up, I didn't play too many video games, and my cousin at the time was a big Sega fan. So the first games I ever played were Sonic 2 and Knights on the Saturn, which are really random games, but those are what I played like for the first time, and those are some of my fondest gaming experiences. So I more or less had the experience of growing up with the Genesis or Mega Drive, with the Dreamcast, Saturn, and that's more or less how I got into the Sonic community. And it was mostly through the internet, because over in Canada, really, I hate to say it, but no one really talks about Sonic here. But I had the internet to talk about it and stuff, and that's how I discovered Stadium, Sonic Retro, all those crazy stuff. And I definitely don't see much representation from here, and if I do, it never seems to last long, you know? So
I think
from
that's
my
common from America and Canada, though. Even when we started, I mean, Sonic Boom really came into a thing because we had created Summer of Sonic ourselves, and Sega of America saw that it could be successful and wanted to emulate it. But I don't think there was many Sonic meetups in America or in Canada prior to that anyway.
Not on that scale, no.
It's probably because of the vastness of the countries, and also it's a lot of effort to put in for the possibility that you'll be there as Billy No Mates. But there is also a bit of a difference in the culture. I mean, we generally classify gaming as, sort of Japanese-oriented or Western, but that's actually very misleading, because the European market has always been very different to the American market, and including from how it's been treated by other companies. Nintendo treated Europe like crap until about 2003. Sega treated Europe better than it treated America in terms of porting Japanese titles. I mean, Dreamcast in Europe got Shenmue 2, it got Headhunter. Those games were completely missed on the American Dreamcast, because they went, we'll just pop it onto the Xbox. So when I think means that when we got older, and when the American equivalent of our age got older, the Americans were more into Nintendo. And Europeans, there was a lot of us into Nintendo, I'll be honest, but we seem to be more into Sega, and that's why we did more Sega meetups, whereas America, if they did any meetups, they were probably more generalized. I don't even think they had many Mario meetups, but there certainly wasn't any Sonic or Sega ones.
But where does that leave us now? So we're in a situation where, obviously, yes, Sega was clearly a lot more huger in Europe, and I do think that is why the community generally, especially going back 5 years, 10 years, was a lot more UK sort of. There was a lot in terms of an online presence and who was running the websites and all these projects. It was a lot more UK than it was anything else. But I'm just curious as to what is turning.
I think it's general effort. I mean, you got to think that when we were talking online, when we were sort of 16 to 20, there wasn't really Skype. There wasn't really a way to video chat. There also wasn't really a way to voice chat very easily. It could be done, but it wasn't very common. Generally, we were typing to each other.
Yeah.
So the want to sort of put a face and a voice to the name you were, I'd go online, Sonic Yoda's there. All I see is what he's typed. I don't see his face unless he happens to put an actual photo of himself as his profile picture, which most people didn't, because they were going under aliases, and it was dangerous to put your face on there. So bear in mind, this is also pre-Facebook. This is, pre all of that stuff. So we felt a sense of community, but only as far as text would take us. So we were really, as a group, felt a lot more passionate about actually meeting each other to put faces and voices to the names that we've been speaking to for God knows how long. Nowadays, if a kid wants to do that, I say a kid, a late teen to sort of early 20s guy or girl wants to go and meet the people they've been talking to, they only have to look them up on Facebook and they get a face and they can stick them onto Skype and watch a video chat with them. They've got a name and a face and a voice, and they've got all of that interconnectivity right at their fingertips. We didn't quite have that.
I guess there is a sense that possibly social networking has possibly diminished the need for a community. I mean, Sonic Yoda, you obviously ran one of the original Sonic fan sites, which you then retired from 2008, was it? Or 2008,
yeah, 2008.
Obviously that was a lot earlier than, I think you got to a point a lot earlier than a lot of the rest of us did. At what point for your website what was it? Was it just your own interest in it? Was it the engagement in it? What had changed that for you said this isn't worth being involved with as such?
It was like you say, it was my own engagement with it, to be honest with you. It had been a good couple of years where the quality of the franchise really sort of took a bit of a downer. It wasn't giving me what I really wanted from it, and I decided, there's lots of other Sega franchises that I enjoy, and I'd like to keep, some semblance of, being in that community. So it was, a Sega website seemed like an obvious way to go. But the way, I've seen the community over the years is that I'm sure there's probably going to be a third wave at some point, but I've only ever seen the first two. So the first wave of fans being, the retro boys and girls who grew up with the Mega Drive games or Genesis, depending on where you are. And then the second wave sort of come about with the Adventure series, which is still very, very popular among certain people. And when I was running the fan site, I could definitely see that a little bit more obviously. Lots of people were into chow raising and things like that. And I think the third wave, as long as there's a decent game for people to rally behind, I think the YouTubers are going to lead the way with the third wave. Because, I went to Sonic Boom last year, and I could see that Kobe and Matt Mannheimer were big sort of names in that space. So, they were very popular. People wanted to meet them and stuff. And those are the guys I think that are going to really sort of lead the popularity and continue the popularity of this series, because they're visually out there, they're keeping people informed, and the video has just been such an easy way for people to learn things and ingest content, even though that really sort of pisses me off, that word. But yeah, I can totally see the YouTubers keeping this alive, because that's just the way that people have, decided they want their content. So
you say that with such contempt. Content.
You can hear the inverted commas. But yeah, no, totally. I don't think the franchise is going to die out. Again, we've had some stinkers recently because the Boom franchise hasn't particularly given us what we want gameplay wise, but they all turn something around. But
it's not so much.
The quality has been up and down. It's not been a consistently terrible time. I mean, when I stopped Sonic Yoda, it was off the back of things like 06 and Unleashed, which is half a decent game. It's like nowadays you get things like Colors and Generations, and alright, Boom happened, but Lost World was a pretty good return to form. There's some decent stuff, and eventually this generation will have a game that they can call their definitive Sonic game, and then it will spark interest in the franchise again.
I was going to say, the thing for me is I don't think it's just about the strength of the games, because you can look at something like Mario, which some would say, in terms of its platformers, has never released a bad game. I would debate that, but whatever. But I've always sold amazing generally, and technically it's a much bigger franchise than Sonic, at least in terms of consoles and games in homes. But I would I'm not really aware of a Mario community. It doesn't really exist.
Is that just because we're not exposed to it, though? Because, we exist in this space.
We sort of did, if you remember, about 10 years ago when they released the first Sonic and Mario at the Olympic Games. You should actually remember this, Lewis. We were called to, because Kevin was running the community at the time, and he got us to come to Sega Europe's headquarters to play the game before it was released, and he tried to pull in an equal number of Sonic fans, of which he knew a lot because he was, one of us, one of our group, and he tried to get an equal amount of Nintendo/Mario fans, and so he tried to get an equal amount of Mario fans and Sonic fans. What ended up happening was he got two groups, and I think there were about 10 each in each group, so about 20 people. And the turnout was almost all of the Sonic lot turned up, and the only two Mario guys that turned up were actually in the group that I played with. One of the guys won, but because they're better used to.
To be honest, though,
but it was sort of.
I think that's more of a case that Kevin was working for Sega, and his exposure to most of the community is obviously going to be Sega games. So he's not going to have familiarity with the Nintendo community. But he did invite two people from Nintendo Life, a website has gone on to be pretty important among Nintendo fans. In fact, at Eurogamer Expo last year, there was a Nintendo Live, basically Street Pass section, which was completely devoted to them. I think there is a pretty sizable Nintendo community that we're just not exposed to. So, I'm going to have to beg to disagree there.
Okay, no, that's fair enough. I mean, to be honest, even if that was accurate for the time, that is about 10 years ago. So it is very possible that even if I don't know the facts, but it's very much possible that it could have been small then and it's bigger now, or it was big then and we just didn't know about it. It's been a lot of time for that to change, even if it was small.
I don't know. Maybe in summary, I think to say communities may possibly changing in a way that
the fandom dropped away a little bit.
I guess I can see that. Right, Tom.
Yes?
You have not contributed to anything.
You censor me out half the time.
That is true, that is correct. But you will now get the opportunity to summarise your thoughts before we move on to the next section.
You did this last time and then ended the live stream.
That is, look.
You gave me 5 minutes, and as soon as I started saying something, the whole stream ended.
That was completely coincidence, right?
Lies.
What are your thoughts? And then we're going to move on.
Well, there's not really much I can add to what's been said, really, if anything.
Fantastic. Amazing contribution as always.
I mean, for me, when I was growing up, I grew up with the Mega Drive, so I grew up with Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles, that kind of thing. And, to me, in all fairness, I didn't really touch much else Sega games. I've kind of just stuck with Sonic right from the get-go because of just... It was there, it was given to me, I enjoyed it, and I just played along with it.
Anyway, we're going to move on, because we have a lot of things to discuss. And someone's just randomly died throughout the phone call. I don't know where they've gone. Phil Had's dead somewhere. After the short break where we try to sell you things in your ear that you don't actually want, we'll be back and we're going to have a random listener. By random I mean carefully selected so they don't say swear words. We're going to go against Donnie. Donnie's being played by his understudy today, so it's awesome. But yes, after this break we're going to play Defeat Donnie. Can Donnie win this fucking thing? He has... How many weeks have we been doing this now, Tom?
This will be about the 5th week.
5th one, yeah? He's lost every time. He's absolute wank. But don't worry.
To be fair, though, his understudy nearly won it for him, and he did nearly win it himself once. Amazing. Nearly.
But the important thing is he didn't. So
yeah, exactly.
After this quick break, we will see you guys, and we will see if Donnie can redeem his integrity as a journalist.
Yo, Fuad!
Yeah, what's up, Tom?
I've got some amazing news for you.
Amazing? Like what?
Well, you're a big geeky fan like me, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
You like all the comic books, all the video games, and all that jazz, right?
All of them.
And you like getting merchandise for them, right?
That is my favorite thing about those things. Yes.
What would you do if I told you there's a website where we can get boxes and boxes of merchandise, all for a small price, that has great things like limited edition t-shirts you can't get anywhere else.
Nowhere else?
Nowhere else.
This sounds amazing. Wow, how do we sign up? Well, this is phenomenal.
Well, you go to sonicshow.org/one-up-box. You can order yourself one-up box, and if you use the code AWESOME, you get $3 off your first purchase.
$3, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's enough for me to save up for shipping on my next box!
Yes, but also it ships to the United Kingdom, the United States, and Canada.
I'm in Canada! Awesome!
Woo! So, you know what you're gonna do?
What am I gonna do?
You're gonna go over to the sonicshow.org/one-up-box, and you're gonna sign up and get amazing goodies, because next month's theme is combat.
This is amazing. I'm gonna go sign up right now. Let's do this!
Yay!
Hello everyone, I hope you bought whatever he tried to sell you. It makes things easier for us and helps Tom pay for his addictions to a variety of disgusting things.
That's right.
Yes, we are back, and we're here back to play Defeat Donnie. Now, for those of you who are listening for the first
Ain't no
time,
one going to defeat Donnie.
this is just going to be the most upsetting thing in the world. What we do every week is Donnie is in charge of TSSZ. He does articles on other things. He appears in every Let's Play video ever. He has a Twitter feed that spams news all the time. He is basically the fungus of the Sonic community. He is everywhere.
Just the fungus.
Just the fungus. And what we like to do is basically punish him by basically saying he's not good enough. He hasn't deserved that title. So every week a Sonic Show listener gets to tune in and join this little quick call, and we have a quiz and we see who knows more. If Johnny wins, he proves that he is deserving of his title in the community. If he loses, well then he's a complete twat. So, Donnie, are you ready?
Damn straight.
Oh my god, right, okay. Let me... This is so bad. Right. Shall we move over to the newsroom where Donnie does everything? Little Donnie's world of news. And then, there we go. Here we are. Let's add someone. This is going to be amazing. I can't wait. I'm so excited. If they answer the phone. I need a ringing sound effect right now. Hello, do we have our guest?
Hi.
Hi! What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Kennedy, and I'm calling from Louisiana.
Awesome.
Louisiana.
Yay.
Well, I'm calling from New York. Nice to meet you. I'm Donnie.
So, yes,
I've been here for years.
Donnie
Natural
looks a
born
bit
New
different.
Yorker.
Yes.
That's me, Donnie.
Yes, okay. Donnie looks a bit different on his profile picture, and his name on Skype doesn't look the same, but it is 100%
Nothing wrong with
Donnie.
wearing orange.
This is definitely orange, Donnie, alright? Okay? Cool.
Yeah.
Right. So, are you ready to kick Donnie's ass?
I hope so, yeah.
Yeah, fantastic.
Just
Right.
my sort of woman.
Okay, alright. So, we are going to flip a coin. And Kennedy, if you're going to call it, and then if you get what you call, you get the first set of questions. If you don't get what you call, you get the second set of questions. Sometimes the questions are rigged to make one harder than the other. I don't know if you've listened to this before. Right. You ready to call the coin?
Yeah.
Okay. On a count of 3, you're going to call it heads or tails, right?
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Tails.
You got tails! Yay!
I was preferred Sonic.
So, Kennedy, your first question. Are you ready?
Mhm.
Are you super duper ready?
You better be ready.
Okay. Okay.
No offense, Donnie, but you're making me think of King DDD right now.
That's
It's
alright.
really
I'll
weird.
bring the Yankees on your ass.
Oh my god, Donnie.
That's
you...
baseball, right?
Yeah.
What am I? Yes, I'll go.
Something Yankee.
You just... Okay. Right, first question, Kennedy. Here we go. I'm so excited. Sonic goes fast. And if you're lucky enough to visit him in Dubai, You Can Go Fast 2 on his own roller coaster in the Sega Indoor Theme Park. But what is the name of the Sonic ride there?
Oh my god, I have no idea. Sonic Boom?
Let me just check if it's Sonic Boom.
No, we are professional. We are professional.
But that is incorrect.
No!
Oh. Tom,
Yes?
you're keeping score because Fuad's died somewhere.
Don't worry, I will avenge him. I will do him good.
Right,
Okay.
Donnie.
Yep. That's me. Yep.
Okay, right. Oh my god, right. Are you ready for your question, Donnie?
Damn straight.
Okay, that's great. Donnie, you sound different. Is everything alright? You ill or?
My lady hit me in the testicles with a brick.
Okay,
But don't worry.
I'm glad you're sticking to the canon. Right.
When I start to recede a little bit, my voice will go back to proper.
Okay, awesome. Right. Okay. Right, Donnie, your question. Shadow sure has had some varied voice actors. He is now on his third in the games. But what is the name of Shadow's latest voice actor?
Are you serious?
Turkey drumstick. I know he had Ryan Drummond. No, he didn't have a Sonic. I ain't got a clue.
Donnie, you're really let down. That answer is wrong.
Is it?
Yeah, it's actually
Are you
Kurt
sure?
Thornton, not Drumstick. Oh my god.
What
Right.
is this sort of dog and pony show?
Okay. Right, Tom.
Yes?
What are the
I'm
scores,
here.
my glamorous assistant?
Thanks, darling. Well, as the scores are currently so, it is tied at 0.
Yeah.
Right,
Not losing.
Kennedy. Time for
Technically
your
true.
second question. Right. Please get this right. Did you play Sonic Lost World?
Yes.
Good. We're on to a good thing. Sonic Lost World was a game that had mixed reactions, but can you tell me the name of the fifth world of this game?
Yeah. Fifth World. Wendy Hill, Desert Ruins, Lava Moon. Is it the, Lava Reef Zone? I don't know.
That is wrong.
It's so totally wrong.
Oh, it was Silent Forest. Oh. Right, don't worry. You can still turn this around. Because Donnie so far is not being normal today. Right, Donnie. Donnie?
Yeah.
Okay, you're still alive. Right. Your next question. Personally, shut up, Donnie. Personally, one of my fave games is Sonic 2, an all-time classic with some memorable zones.
Yeah.
But what was the name of the fourth zone of the 8-bit version?
God damn. Sonic 2, Underground. There was Sky High. There was Green Hill Zone.
Is that your
Green
final
Hill
answer?
Zone.
I'm going to take that as a correct answer. The correct answer was Green Hills Zone, but I will accept that.
Shut up. Add the tune from the opening of Sonic CD Japanese version.
Okay, Donnie, you're really
yeah.
scaring me today.
Flex. Flex, baby, flex.
Kennedy,
Mhm.
in the nicest
Kennedy.
possible way, you could be the first person to lose this quiz.
True.
Yeah, so, not to get emotional. Tom, what are the scores?
Well, in an interesting turn of events, our guest of honour is on 0. But Donnie, with his unique accent, I must say, this week, is on 1.
Yeah.
I hate this so much. Right, the last questions. Sonic and... Wait, this is Kennedy's question, by the way.
Yeah.
Sonic Unleashed is a game about boosting through the day and unleashing your fighting strength at night. This game wasn't called Sonic Unleashed everywhere, though. Kennedy, what was the game called in Japan?
Sonic World Adventure.
Yes, that's correct.
Yay!
Oh my god, right.
Oh.
What the hell happened, Donnie?
Donnie.
Yes?
Donnie, what has happened to your voice?
I got kicked in the squash again.
That is...
Straight in my squash.
Right,
Alright, I can keep on going.
I'm so upset. Right, Donnie, how we are at the moment is...
Yeah.
If you get this question right, you win.
Yeah.
If you get this question wrong, we go to a tie.
That sounds just fine.
Okay, right, awesome. Okay. So, are you ready, Donnie?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad that came back. I don't know which voice was worse. Right. Okay, Donnie.
Yeah.
Sonic the Fighters was an obscure game not played by all. It featured characters like Bark the polar bear, which doesn't even make sense, as polar bears do not say bark. Not that dogs say bark, but they make a noise like bark, what we like to call in English as an onomatopoeia. That is a word that phonetically imitates, resembles, or suggests the source of the sound it describes. Common occurrences of these include animal noises, such as oink, meow, roar, and chirp. Spell onomatopoeia.
Onoemateaepia.
That is incorrect. We're going to a tie.
I'm a writer as well. I'm a writer as well.
Oh my.
I should be on this, yeah.
Right.
Said that I wouldn't be attending this.
No, yes.
This has gone to shit.
No, not yet, mate.
You guys do it?
Right. Oh my god, right. I'm not even dealing with that. We are going to a tiebreaker. Now, Donnie.
Yeah.
This is another chance for you to actually win this for the first time in the history of this quiz.
I'm gonna do it.
Oh, can you do that for me?
Yeah.
Okay. That is just
gotta believe in yourself.
Calm down, Barney.
right. I always have the millionaire music to hand. Right. What I'm going to ask you to do, Rory, is I'm going to ask
Donnie.
you both the... Donnie, obviously!
Yep.
Save that one. Easy. Professional. Right, what I'm going to do is going to ask you both the same question. And you're both going to have to write down a number, okay?
Am I gonna have to video this?
No, it's fine. What I'm going to do is, since we can... Okay, he's got video. Awesome. Right. He has pen and paper at hand. Ignore how Donnie looks. His beard has gone short and it's not ginger anymore. Right. Okay. Kennedy, I'm going to ask you for your answer first. And then I'm going to go to Donnie. Okay? Whoever's closest to the answer wins the whole quiz. Okay?
I'm writing this down, right?
Cool. You can. I don't have to write it down. I'll just ask you. You can just say it. Okay? It's only Donnie has to write it down, just to prove he hasn't copied your answer. Okay?
Okay.
Shadow the Hedgehog was an interesting game, not loved by many, and it came out on the PlayStation 2 as well as other consoles. However, on the PlayStation 2 version, what is its Metacritic score?
Could you repeat the question, please?
Of course, yes. What is the Metacritic score for Shadow the Hedgehog on the PlayStation 2? That's a score out of 100, based on the scores of reviews. So what do you think the average score on Metacritic is for Shadow the Hedgehog?
PlayStation 2.
On PlayStation 2.
Say 80.
Yes.
80. You think it reviewed 80 out of 100 average, yeah?
Go the other way.
Stop.
Okay, can you change the answer?
You. What's your final answer?
70. 70 is my final answer.
Okay. Right. Rory, what is your guess?
Donnie and
Donnie is
Donnie says 26%, or 26 out of 100.
Is it really that bad?
Have you ever played Shadow the Hedgehog?
Yes, I know why people are upset with it.
Hedgehog shooting you up your hidey hole.
Okay. Oh my god, I might wet myself. The Metacritic score. Oh, the music stopped. Okay, the Metacritic
That
score.
happened last time.
No, it's not a very long loop. Shadow the Hedgehog on PlayStation 2 was 45, making Donnie the winner.
Yeah!
What the actual hell?
Yeah!
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Kennedy. You have lost. How do you feel?
Pretty bad considering he's never won before.
I know. But don't worry, you have still been a great sport. You've been awesome. It's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Was she going to win a prize?
No.
Oh.
She won
I was going to
prize.
say, if she's going to win a prize, please give her the prize anyway. She's had to put up with me.
Shut up, Donnie. Thank you ever so much, Kennedy. It's been a pleasure having you on. Is there anything you want to promote social network-wise, or anything you want to say to anyone?
No.
Nope. That's awesome. Donnie, don't rub it in her face. That's so rude. Right. If you want to defeat Donnie, which now is apparently not as easy as it used to be.
It is impossible!
You can send us an email to the Sonic Show channel at gmail.com or send us a message to facebook.com/The Sonic Show. And you too could potentially defeat Donnie. After this break, we are going to go through our inbox and ring the Uncle Poxxy helpline and see if we can get any advice out for you sad, creepy people out there. We'll see you after this break. Yay! Donnie. Welcome back, everyone. It's the Sonic Show Opinion Zone, episode 14. The episode that Donnie won. Donnie's gone now, unfortunately, but we do have Roareye Black back.
Yeah, he locked me in a cupboard.
I know, the dick.
That bastard.
That's fine. So he actually gets to be a journalist of validity for a week. That's fun. Just for a week. And of course, you can read his articles and debate that. But hey ho, that's not my problem. That's not my point to argue. We are now going to the last segment of the show where we like to ring the Ask Uncle Poxxy helpline and ask him a variety of questions. Now, you may have noticed Uncle Poxxy has not been available for this whole podcast, but we're going to ring the helpline anyway and see who answers my agony aunt helpline to help me with questions. It could be anyone. I mean, it's obviously going to be one of the people in this conversation, but it could be anyone. Let's see who. Bear me 1 second while I very authentically, that's not the correct use of English.
Authentically.
Thank you very much. Authentically ring a telephone and ring the helpline right now. Bear with. I'll just go get my phone.
Welcome to the Uncle Poxxy helpline. All our Uncle Poxxys are currently taking calls, so please hold and we will put you through as soon as one is available. Unfortunately, our Uncle Poxxy office is closed. Please wait while we put you through to our Uncle Yoda department.
And here we are. Is that Uncle Yoda on the line?
Lewis, be a robotic woman voice. Wait, hello, I'm Sonic Yoda from Sega Driven.
So I always ring the Uncle Poxxy helpline every week, and for whatever reason, the office is closed. So apparently they put me through to you. Apparently you're quite good at answering depraved questions about furries and where they can put their dicks.
Excellent. That's always what I've wanted.
So good. Right. So, Uncle Yoda, I'm gonna find my first question. Right. Dear Uncle Poxxy / Yoda, My friend and I love Sonic. We also love Dragon Ball Z. My favourite characters from both series are Shadow and Vegeta. I love both and even ship them with each other. When I announced my shipping to my friend, she disagreed with me and walked away. What should I do about my current situation? Should I give up my shipping or my friends? Many thanks, Anonymous.
Sounds like you're familiar with this scenario.
Shipping?
I just really love JB's pronunciation of Vegeta.
Fuck off.
Vegeta. Vajayjay.
Damn you!
Carrot cake. I would say don't reveal any of your horrific furry type shipping actions to anybody that's human ever, because these things do not need to be known by anyone, and you should feel bad, and you should probably climb into a well and stay there.
Wow, your advice is a lot harsher than what I'm used to. So they shouldn't give up their friend. They shouldn't give up their shipping. They should just climb into a well.
That's the best alternative
Okay,
to
right.
liking any sort of character ship or whatever the fuck a ship is.
Okay, right.
I'm assuming this is them shagging.
Yes.
Yeah, is
Tom,
that right?
expert.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool. So look, I know internet slang. I'm down with the kids.
Great. Right, thanks ever so much. Next question. Okay. Hi, Uncle Poxxy / Yoda. I'm a bit concerned. I get too involved in Let's Plays. I spend all my available time watching them. I don't do anything else. I do go through phases of watching just one LPer to the point it's insane. I usually watch male Let's Players as I find them the most cute and endearing. I listen to their stories and jokes. Despite my attempts, I get obsessed. So I guess I have two questions. One, is it normal to watch Let's Play so much? And two, what do I need to do to get one to love me?
Yeah, so the answer to one is yeah, that's perfectly fine. It's completely natural to feel that way. And two, you should subscribe to youtube.com/user/Sega-driven, and I will love you forever.
Oh, that was romantic and slight spam at the same time. So yeah, that's what you need to do. You need to your Let's Play's fine, and you can have a shrine for Sega Driven and all that.
Exactly that.
if
It's
she
completely
comes
natural to
outside-
have that sort of thing.
You've
Obviously,
now
the other
you've
side of
invited a stalker, you
the
realise?
coin is to the Shadow and Vegeta thing. That's not natural, but the Sega Driven shrine completely 100% behind that.
So they can
yeah.
ship you.
Oh, completely, all the time. Please ship me. In fact, I haven't had a good shipping in a while.
Ship all over me.
Just don't end up like the Titanic.
Right. Oh my gosh.
Them kind of shippings don't go down well.
Right. Next question. Yo, my man. Who starts an email with that? Yo, my man. Doesn't sound right coming out of my voice. I've been a Sonic fan for several years and require your advice. Since my first encounter with the series, I have been in love with Dr. Eggman. Or Robotnik. Thanks for that. In brackets, I didn't know. Do you think it would be alright to ditch my boyfriend and marry Eggman in hopes of achieving a happier life? Sincerely, a talking cheeseburger.
This sounds like bullshit.
Really? The bit where he wants to marry Eggman, the bit where he's a talking cheeseburger.
It's a sentient cheeseburger thing. It's just not believable at all. I think someone's winding me up here, and they need to go away.
Do you think they're actually like a talking hamburger? Pizza? Subway sandwich?
Sound like an internet troll to me. Yeah, dump your boyfriend, go and fuck Robotnik, and get pregnant with terrible egg babies.
That sounds really disgusting when you say it like that.
Yeah. Well, that's what's going to happen. So it's your loss if you want to get involved with these sort of things. So
can you imagine giving birth to an Eggman baby?
And they'll all break when they come out, and then you just have eggs everywhere, and it will just be a complete fucking nightmare.
But it would be a wonderful yolk.
Hey! Brilliant. End it.
Last question, Uncle Yoda.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know if I can finish this one. Right. Hi, Uncle Yoda. Not Poxy. Which Sonic character do you think would be the best in bed? I'm torn between the Werehog, as I like a scruffy man, or or Shadow, because I'd like him to chaos control my pussy. Many thanks, Anonymous.
I love this fan base. I absolutely adore it. Right, let me actually give like a serious one for this one, because this is like the most important question of the lot. Who has genitals for one? I mean, none of them have visible genitals. Rouge has tits, so I'm going to go with Rouge because she is at least vaguely human in her proportions, I suppose. I really overthought that, and it's quite disturbing. So that will be the last time I'm appearing on the Sonic Show Opinion Zone. Thank you very much. I'm going to jump into a well. Bye!
Great. I'm going to open that question up to everyone else except myself. Tom?
Yes?
Is there a particular Sonic character you think could, do it for you?
For me? Well, that's awkward. That's going to sound like, I'd like to do this character or be done by set character.
That's basically what the question actually is.
I don't know. Knuckles the Echidna because of, echidnas have
Fisting
interesting.
Can you imagine how much that would hurt? I mean, his fists are the size of your face.
It's better than a duck. And
I have a friend who could train his way up.
Oh, well, okay, great. Well,
he has
some lovely people.
On the female side of things...
Who would you go to?
You don't get to choose a female. That's not how it works. You chose a bloke. That's it. End of the story.
Oh, fantastic.
So I just come up from the well quickly.
Now that makes me feel even better now. Thanks, guys.
Should have cupped your hand from the bottom of the well.
From the bottom of my loins.
That's disturbing. Right. So, I personally don't want to shag anyone from the Sonic fanbase, physically in the community or fictionally from the actual franchise.
Call yourself Jamie Eggman, so clearly there's only one man for you.
Yes.
Snively.
Snively!
There's got a decent nose. Anyway, right.
Oh, wait, Jamie, I forgot you was a fan of Scratch and Grounder.
I don't even know what you're trying to suggest. Right.
One's high pitched and one burrows.
Oh god. That was Ask Uncle Poxxy. I'm mentally disturbed. If you want to send a question to Uncle Poxxy, remember, we can't validate if it's true or not, so go nuts. The email address is thesonicsshowchannel@gmail.com or send it to facebook.com/The Sonic Show. Can no one ever send me an email again that has the word pussy in it? Please.
Because Jamie's
I'd
gay,
like to
he
hear you
finds it very
talking more
awkward.
gangster, actually, Jamie. I think it would sound really good coming from you. I think you've got the voice for it.
I've said pussy, and I've said yo my man, okay?
Yeah,
Yo, my man, that
sounds
pussy.
really cool. Yeah. Sound like you're from the hood.
Exactly.
Can Uncle Yoda have the final word?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Thank you. I would just like to say that I was joking through this entire thing. If you actually do have like sexual feelings towards fictional characters, that's fine. You're not hurting anybody. It's all good. Don't kill yourself. Don't throw yourself down a well. I'm all for it. Like, you're cool by me, and I don't want to recommend horrible things on an internet show I've only ever appeared on twice before.
Twice.
No, why once? Because I did the Sage one. So yeah, sorry about that.
Oh my god.
And I wish to apologise to any Americans who may have been offended by my horrific American accent.
No, that's
Please
fine,
send
that's Donnie.
all hate mail to roareyeBlack@gmail.7.
Why not, eh?
Listeners will know.
I had to stop contacting dear Deirdre because I sent her a message. And
Asking about wisps.
The message I sent her was actually the story of Dom from Gears of War.
Oh god.
About having to shoot his wife in the face in the cavern, and she believed it. And I thought, I can't keep up with this because I'm gonna have to remember too much. She messaged me back, And she was like, "You said you were in a cavern with a friend. Tell me more about it." I was like, "Oh no, this is going to just get to a dark place."
I don't know what's going
Just
on.
because you're getting turned on by the sound of
course,
spandex,
yes.
Jim.
So we can continue that in private. That's fine.
Your
We will
tight
be
clothes.
back next Wednesday at the usual time. Remember, if you think this is worthy of being on one of the radio show things,
Subscribe.
which this whole show is just completely undone by attempts to get this live broadcast, then spam Radio Sega.
Been
and say
affected
that
by
you
any of
want
the
a
issues
song.
raised in this radio broadcast.
Send them to Tom. Send them to me. I'll take care of them.
You really should have some form of actual agony aunt number you can send people to.
You do realise I'll probably end up being on the receiving end of
It's bad enough. People send in disgusting questions. We fooled Uncle Poxxy into thinking it was a Royal Helpline at the beginning. He thought you could actually ring it. He got upset. Then we had Roger Craig Smith ring in last week, and then everyone started crying because they didn't know what was going on. It's crazy. So, yes. Tune in next week. If you're listening by the podcast, don't forget to rate us on iTunes, 5 stars. I mean, you can rate us less, but I won't like you if you do that. And leave us a review as well. And if you're watching this on YouTube, why do you listen to podcasts on YouTube? That's the most unproductive thing you could possibly do. And if you're doing that on your phone, it just wastes your battery. So get a podcast app. Anyway, see you next week, guys. Everyone,
Default.
do you have anything to plug before we say goodbye?
I do. I already plugged it, actually.
Plug it again.
I'm going to plug it again because I'm a bastard. YouTube.com/user/Sega Driven. I'm currently doing Let's Plays with my good friend Titans Creed, who has appeared on this show apparently in the past.
Yes.
And we're currently in the midst of doing World of Illusion starring Michael Mouse and Ronald Duck.
Is it better? I thought you were going to say Michael McIntyre.
Michael McIntyre. That would be an interesting game. The only thing I'm going to plug is, and it's a bit shameless because it's not even Sega related, it's my new book that's coming out next month, Imperial Nova 2, The Dogs of War. It's a science fiction. If you like that sort of thing, get it in. Yeah, and you can find that on facebook.com/Imperial Nova Book.
And I believe if you haven't already, you can still get the first one, of course.
You can still get the first one, yeah, of course.
want
That's
to
all
catch
available
up.
from Amazon in whatever region you're in. And also, if you're in the UK, you can get it from Waterstones.
Read
By
the
the
second
way,
one first, it'll make it more challenging.
well, to be honest, it might make the first one more disappointing because the second one is a little bit of a better read.
Yeah, you're going for the hard sell there, Rory.
Sure. No, read the first one first because it makes it easier to understand.
Don't worry, do it like Devil May Cry, doing it in a random order, and then you don't know what the hell's going on.
Damn straight. Yeah, the only other thing I'm going to add is I've come up with. I've been watching a lot of things on conspiracy theory videos because I find them amusing. And something that I might do is I might start up a faux conspiracy theory YouTube just to take the piss. And one of the things I was thinking of doing first is, have you guys heard of the 27 Club?
Is that the French thing?
People that die when they're 27.
Lewis knows it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly rock stars, but it does happen to actors and other celebrities as well. A lot of people seem to die at the age of 27. And I have a theory, conspiracy theory, that Michael Jackson died as part of the 27 Club.
God.
Do you want to hear why?
Yeah.
Yeah. He died as a member of the 27 Club because he was born in 1959 and he died in 2009, which would make him 50. But here's where it gets interesting. See, he lived for a lot of his life in Neverland Ranch. And while he was there, he had interviewers every now and then. Not very many, but because they were explicitly screened. But there was one Indian Heritage English reporter who went there and talked to him.
What the fuck is going on?
Basically, basically, he is this the crazy music?
It's conspiracy music.
Oh, right, okay, cool. So, yeah, basically what happened was, he, while he was there and talking to Michael Jackson said, "I am Peter Pan." It's quite a famous sort of take the piss line for Michael Jackson. It was used in South Park, etc. Something he actually said. But here's the theory. When Peter Pan is in Neverland, he doesn't age. So, depending on the time that Michael Jackson bought Neverland Ranch and was Peter Pan in Neverland Ranch, he wouldn't have aged.
I'm not fucking aging.
So basically, I looked it up and he bought it at 28. So he was on the fringe of the 27 club.
I'm 27.
So he died at 28. And that's my conspiracy theory.
Thanks for watching.
It's a game theory.
That was the weirdest thing I've ever heard. Not only
Yeah.
because of what you just said, but also I think you're plugging a thing that doesn't exist yet. But that was amazing.
I just fancied sharing a crap conspiracy theory because I find it funny.
Right. We will see you guys next Wednesday if I haven't self-harmed. Bye.
Good call. Bye.